time check says it's 36 minutes past 6 a.m. Today's the 8th day in November of 2025, and I bid you good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, your number one family radio in the whole of Oyo State. This is Wells Radio 89.3 FM. We're broadcasting live from our Wells Broadcasting House, which is located along Alaafin Avenue, Uliole State, Ibadan. It's a wonderful Thursday morning. Good morning to you, dear listeners. And it's time for us once again to take a look at the dailies. We'll be taking a look at the headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. We'll take a look at these headlines. We'll talk about them. We'll discuss them. We'll help you make sense of what's going on in the country. And of course, we'll also get your contributions and your comments as regarding whatever is going on, on the dailies this morning. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. This is Perspectives Unlimited. My name is Bolanle Oduekun Ayola, and I welcome you this Thursday morning. We'll get straight to the matter at hand. But before then, I'd like to tell you to follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Find us on X, on Instagram and TikTok at Wells Radio 893, and also listen live via our website www.wellsradio893.com. This morning on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, the lead headline says foreign lobbyists fueling genocide claims in Nigeria, says federal government. Discloses neutralization of 13,500 terrorists with 17,000 suspects arrested. Takes note of U.S. concerns about religious freedom violations. Moves to resolve areas of misunderstanding via diplomatic channels. No targeted killing of Christians in Nigeria. Keyamo writes Trump. U.S. Senator Cruz vows to release names of officials involved in religious persecution to hold them accountable. You won't dictate our foreign policy. U.S. lawmaker slams China over remarks on Nigeria. That story is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. More headlines on the Vanguard. Senate mulls stiffer penalty for persons ripening fruits with harmful chemicals. That's on page 8. ASU accuses minister of misleading Nigerians, threatens to resume strike. That story is on page 8 as well. Federal government sets up approval board for PPP projects. You find out on page 20. PDP crisis. BOT stays neutral, urges reconciliation. Mohammed-led NWC calls off convention as leadership crisis boils over. That story is on page 9. Alleged terrorism. You have last chance to defend yourself. Court tells Kanu. You find out on page 11. Tinubu, Sultan, Uzodinma, others. Headline editors confab. That's on page 10. And we have this. Nigeria's telecom subscribers hit 173.5 million as broadband penetration reaches 49.3%. You find that story on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have the lead headline as regards the PDP power showdown. Wike block defiant as PDP bot insists on convention. PDP faction locks secretariat as bot Wike camp hold rival meetings. That story is on page 2. More headlines. I predicted mass U.S. visa and green card revocation, says showing card. That story is on page 18. More headlines. 15% import tariff could make Nigeria fuel producing powerhouse. That's from the refiners. Okay, you find that story on page 25 of the Punch newspaper. Marwa fights for second term as 5 rivals closing. That's on page 40. More headlines. Food imports soar 45% as local production falters. That's on page 25. More headlines. Truck crushes Lagos tricycle to death. Injures 2. You find that on pages 4 and 5. More headlines on the front page of the on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. The lead headline says the referendum call heightens over elitist constitution reform plots. That's on page 6 this morning. Senate okays 14-year jail term for Randy lecturers. That story is on page 4 this morning. More headlines again. Federal government rejects CPC tag as Falano dismisses Trump's genocide claims. You find that on page 6. Investors bet on Nigeria, oversubscribed $2.25 billion Eurobond by 400%. That's on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper as well. Those and many more we'll talk about on Perspectives Unlimited this morning. And this is the point where I bring in our analyst, Mr. Alali Konsani. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, madam.
How do you do? How was the weather is very cool. I mean, thanks to the rain that fell yesterday. But did you have power supply?
Yes, I do.
I don't know. Dear IBDC, your band A clients, we're not customers. If you're on band A, you're not customers, you're clients. Your band A clients are wondering why we had no power supply over the night. Please see to this and help us.
Let me respond to you in Yoruba. And
I'm lost.
It can't be Christmas every day. Some of us have been battling on Christmas-like periods. So let us enjoy our, early Christmas moment. And while you enjoy what you have been enjoying in the past.
We can share for a few hours, but
maybe for a few months.
We can't do that. All right. This morning we'll be taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria this morning. Of course, ever since U.S. President Donald Trump dropped, the bombshell of, accusing Nigeria of being a country where there's a genocide on Christians going on, this matter has been going back and forth, with Nigerian government saying there is nothing like Christian genocides, agreeing that people are being killed, but it's not just Christians, that it's Christians and Muslims alike. And Nigerians have come out to say, should anybody even, be killed, whether be you a Christian, a Muslim, or an atheist or a traditionalist, do you deserve to die? And of course, the answer to that is no. Now, let's see how the federal government is moving on with this. The Vanguard newspaper has the headline that says, foreign lobbyists fueling genocide claims in Nigeria, from the federal government. Now, it says the federal government yesterday dismissed claims of systemic religious persecution in Nigeria, alleging that foreign lobbyists, particularly in the United States, are driving claims of Christian genocide in the country and influencing international perceptions of the country's security challenges. It also, as a response to claims that it was not doing enough to fight terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and other violent crimes in the country, said no fewer than 13,500 terrorists had so far been killed, with 17,000 suspects arrested. And this is even as the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, wrote the U.S. President Donald Trump, refuting claims of targeted killings of Christians in Nigeria, insisting that such accusations do not reflect realities in the country. But U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, who had been in the forefront of the campaign against Christian killings in the country, has vowed to release names of government officials involved in the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. The Punch, on the other hand, has this to say. It says that the federal government yesterday held a meeting with members of the diplomatic corps in Abuja, where it addressed the allegations of religious persecution in Nigeria and also rejected the United States designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, insisting that the country didn't target any group on the basis of faith. Mr. Sani, the government, let me put it that way, because the diplomatic briefing, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dunoma Ahmed, said, and I quote, that Christians and Muslim institutions continue to operate freely, promoting peaceful coexistence. Also, the Minister of Information and National Orientation said the U.S. designation of Nigeria as a CPC is a product of misrepresentation and misinformation. He said criminal activities and terrorism do not target any particular religious group, and that this is not about religion, it's about crime. I want to ask this question. Ever since this matter has come up, many people have called it, a wake-up call for the Nigerian government, on insecurity. And we can see that some little steps have been, sort of embarked upon. Just after that day, we started seeing, but the next day we started seeing the army saying, we've wiped out, we've arrested, we've rescued. There seems like their activities have gone up a notch. We also see that we're hearing that the government is also getting ambassadors, for countries where before the ambassadors had been, called back home, and a couple of other things. Now, the question for me here is, time and time again, people have named names. I saw a video clip of Falano SAN, who, talked again and named names. He named actual names, and some of these names being like the former AGF, Ihejirika, and some other names of well-known.
Army chief.
Yeah, is it the army chief? He named the Ihejirika. I'll get that, and he named these names, and he even dared these people to take him to court. Making it seem like because for someone of his stature, he and the profession he practices, you wouldn't say, he would come to the public and lie. And we've also had different things like some countries saying, oh, Nigeria, we've sent the names of, terrorism sponsors to you, and things like that. They say when you want to kill a snake, you cut off the head. That's the only effective way to kill it. And if we say that there are people who are sponsoring terrorism, don't you think that if the government is really serious about killing terrorism or killing insecurity totally, they'd start from the sponsors? Do you think or see that the government has started doing anything as regards that?
I should tell you that I do not understand how Nigerians measure performance. Some people have been saying that since Donald Trump said what he said, that the government has been doing things. In all seriousness, I have yet to see one thing that the government is doing. The army said that they rescued some people, that they did this, they did that. They have been saying that for 2 billion years, and nothing has changed. The more they say that, oh, we have rescued, we have killed, we have done that, you understand that this thing keeps festering. When we started this year, there was no terrorist activity in Kebbi, there was nothing like that in Niger, there was nothing like that in Kwara. Between the time Donald Trump said what he said and now, guess what? One state has been added to the red list, and that is Kano State. That tells you that on the field, things are degenerating, not that things are improving. As regards why terrorism keeps festering in Nigeria, I think it's just for one reason and one reason alone. I should also add that for the first time, a serving House of Reps member was attacked day before yesterday, such that a military personnel attached to him for security was killed. And that was between Donald Trump said what he said and Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon. It happened between 1 and 2 p.m. in the afternoon, for you to know how dire the situation is in the country. The truth of the matter is that we are suffering from one thing and one thing alone. Those who are going to public offices are not going there because they want to go and make a difference. Number one, don't go and sign the register. Yes, I don't know. I'm with the president now. That is number one. Number two, better the lots of themselves and, of course, their friends and families. Because terrorism keeps festering, no doubt about that. But is it just terrorism that keeps festering? The power situation keeps going down. The quality of education keeps going down. The quality of healthcare keeps going down. The quality of our roads, the state of our roads keeps degenerating. It is a total collapse of governance. That is just it. We have people in government, but nobody is handling governance. That is just what I can see. As regards what Donald Trump said, a lot of our people are going to agree with me, but that still doesn't mean that I will not say what I want to say. I am a trained political scientist, and you should know that international relations is an offshoot of political science. So it is my field, it is my turn. The very first thing to understand is that no country looks at you and say, oh, these people need help. These people need help. Let me go and help them. It never happens. It just never happens. But when they want to come to you, they won't say, oh, we want to come and destroy you. We want to come and complicate your problems. They will say, we want to come and help you. That is how they always say. And it's not just foreigners. Even people within Nigeria, when they want to come to do bad things to you, they still tell you that we want to come and help you. When Boko Haram came in 2002, Boko Haram actually started in 2002. But then we had presidents who didn't allow it to take hold. We had Obasanjo followed by Yaradua. I mean, these are people who said, Boko what? Not happening here. They didn't come to say, oh, we'll start bombing your homes, we'll start killing you, we'll start raiding churches, we'll start raiding mosques. No, they said, let's help you. The federal government is not taking care of you. So let's form a mini government where we are going to cater to your needs and all of that. Today, people know better. And it's not just Boko Haram. It's almost each and every of these socio-ethnic groups. Militias, that is how they start. For Donald Trump, I don't even believe that when he said what he said, he had Nigeria in mind. My opinion is that, if you look at Donald Trump, his base, despite the fact that if you look at the guy's life from A to Z, there is nothing that you can look at and say, okay, he got this inspiration from the Bible, looking at his personal life. But, because of the people he was contesting against, the Christian evangelicals of America said, okay, let's follow this guy. Because of the fact that the other guys were saying, oh, yes to abortion, yes to same-sex marriage and all of that. I think he was appealing to his base in the United States of America when he said, oh, there are Christians in Nigeria, I'm going to do things, I'm going to do that.
So do you think that he was just grandstanding?
He was just blabbing. That's just the truth of the matter. But beyond that, should Nigeria lose focus, they will be very, very quick to grab anything they can get from us. Number one is that the guy is appealing to his base in America. Number two is that he is using that to, leverage finances of America. That if we can call them to come in, of course they are going to come. But like they have said that it's going to involve minerals, and that's a very beautiful deal.
Let me ask you.
Okay.
In all of the things that the federal government has done, ever since that remark has been made, China has also waded in, the EU has also waded in. Do you think that Nigeria has done enough as a country? Some people are saying that the president needs to go to America to see Donald Trump. Some people are saying why, that the foreign minister can go, or maybe if we appoint an ambassador can go and see their own representative. It's an insult for President Tinubu to go all the way, over there. Do you think that the federal government has done enough?
They have not done anything. It's not a matter of enough. They have not done it. People are saying ambassadors. Ambassadors are not going to stop the killings happening in this country.
No, on the international.
I get your point, but the truth of the matter is that should the United States of America want to talk to Nigeria today, they know exactly how to talk to Nigeria. Should the Nigerian government have a thing to tell the U.S. government? We have an embassy there, of course not headed by an ambassador at this particular, but there is a consul general there. I am not of the opinion that there should not be ambassadors. Let's get that abundantly clear. But that doesn't mean that Nigeria and the United States of America are not communicating. That's that. Let's now talk about the Christian killings in Nigeria vis-a-vis what is happening in America. According to Donald Trump, they killed around 3,500 Christians last year in Nigeria. You can Google it.
And Falana did say that there are no statistics to prove that.
Let's even admit, without conceding, that it is true. How many people were killed in America last year? Over 40,000 people. Through gun violence. Over 40,000 people were cut down with a bullet in the United States of America last year. Over 95% of them being Christians. Some of them were killed right inside churches in America. What has Donald Trump done about that? Nothing. There is a log in your eyes. You are struggling to remove it, but there's a speck in your eye. How does that make sense?
So what's stopping our government from also, firing back to say, how dare you, and that?
The truth of the matter is that I would pray they don't do that. Not because Nigeria shouldn't be doing that, but because, after assessing the entire team of this government, I have not seen one person that is that strategic. It's like you are backing a thorny tree. You need to know exactly where to put your hands and feet. Otherwise, you are going to get right now it's just word of mouth. But we're talking about United States of America here. If you diffuse the bomb wrongly, it can go off in your face. They may now say, okay, our national ego is now on the line and we must defend that. So you must know exactly what to say and how to say it. Otherwise, a joke might become reality. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. That is that. See, the truth of the matter here is that it is shameful, it's embarrassing, it is deeply painful to me that Nigeria, a country designed by God to be a global superpower, is now the country that the United States of America, the EU, and China are now using as toothpick to settle personal scores among these three guys. It is painful. Nigeria should be in that league. But instead of being in that league, they are now settling their own personal differences over Nigeria. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, you must not do that. Oh, you cannot do that. Over Nigeria? Seriously? That's painful. Let me tell you something right now. In the early 60s, aside the US, Nigeria was far ahead of most of these countries. The poverty level in China was higher, far higher than the poverty level in Nigeria. I'm struggling to see one European country that could tower be over and above Nigeria then.
So the obvious question is,
Poor leadership.
What went
Poor leadership. Both the military guys and the civilian guys. Poor leadership. And we are still digging deep into the cave. And that is depressing.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sani. Well, Wale, Nobel laureate Professor Wale Soyinka has said he predicted mass U.S. visa and green card revocations from Trump. He called him a petty-minded dictator, and says that he saw it. It's going to happen. He's going to cancel even green cards, and he said that. Well, he said it for him as well, who also had his visa, I believe, also, withdrawn. And he's saying that, well, this is what's going to happen, and we should just keep up with it. All right. In the PDP...
as regards Mr. Wale Soyinka,
Professor?
The truth of the matter is that in international media, you don't refer to people such. Listen to the CNN.
Okay, let's refer to him as Professor.
Even generals, even presidents, they say Mr. President, Mr. Even generals are regarded as Mr. That's just the truth of the matter. I'm not disrespecting the man, but that's how it goes. The truth of the matter is that his own problem is a personal problem. He caused his own problem with his own mouth. He said it that should Donald Trump win, that he would destroy his green card. So what are we talking about here?
He wasn't talking about himself here.
Who else is complaining?
He's saying
clearly
that
the United States of America.
He's prophesying that this is what's gonna start happening.
Well, should people who didn't say they would destroy their home green cards now begin to talk at that particular point, we are going to have a thing to say. But right now, they are only helping you do what you promised to do. So it's like that. It's a personal problem. You should deal with it.
All right. We'll take a break shortly. And when we come back, we'll be talking about the power showdown that's happening in the PDP. There are two blocks now. Are there three? There are two. There are two blocks, and the matter of contention currently is the convention. Is it going to hold? Is it not going to hold? A judge in Ibadan here, a court in Ibadan here, has given them the go-ahead to do the convention. Yes. We'll talk about all of this when we come back from the break. So don't go anywhere. Please stay with us.
Your preferred wholesome radio.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour. I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data. Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service. One Data? Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas!
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
Christmas is almost here, and Wells Radio 89.3 FM is bringing the joy closer to you. It's the Father Christmas Fiesta 2025.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Happening live on the 11th, 12th, and 13th of December 2025. It's 3 days of joy, fun, and family moment that every child will remember. We are calling on churches, NGOs, schools, brands, and kind-hearted individuals to partner, sponsor, and spread the joy of Christmas to families across Ibadan and Oyo State. Let's make Christmas brighter together. For sponsorship and partnership, call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Sam on 0813 746 5878. Ayo on 0706 840 7359. Wells Radio 89.3 FM, celebrating Christmas the family way.
Now the ground is white, so grow it while you're young.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Ayo on 0706 840 7359. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We were talking about headlines making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. We spoke all through the break. And welcome back, Mr. Sani.
Thank you, madam.
All right, let's get to the power showdown, as the Punch has said it, that's happening in the PDP at the moment. It's a crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party. There are now two factions. One faction, they say, that is loyal to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, and the other party, the other faction, it's not two parties, it's just one party with two factions. They're insisting, the ones that are loyal to the FCT minister are insisting that the National Convention slated for November 15th and 16th in Oyo State will not hold. This is despite the position of the party's Board of Trustees earlier yesterday, urging the NWC to go ahead with the convention. But the group that is being led by the factional acting national chairman Abdurrahman Mohammed said the event will not hold. Amidst all of this, the National Secretariat of the party has remained sealed, and both factions have resorted to the use of other facilities to run their respective groups. And who are the people in the BOT, or who are the people that met the BOT? They apparently met at the Bauchi State Governor's Lodge in Abuja. They had the national chairman of the party, Umar Damagum. Well, the factional chairman, I was going to say Punch, is the factional chairman of the party, Umar Damagum. The BOT chairman, Adolphus Wabara, former Kaduna State Governor, Ahmed McCarthy, and some other party chieftains. Mr. Sani, a court in Ibadan here has said that they should go ahead with this convention. What do you see as the future of this national convention?
Let me start by saying that I wish the Ibadan judge well, because there are different levels, or should I say tiers, in the administration of justice in this country. There is the High Court.
Sorry,
level.
let me cut in here.
Okay.
We've been enjoying ourselves too much on the show. This is to let our listeners know that you can be a part of the conversation. You can call us. We'd like to hear your comments and your observations on the matters that we're talking about. The phone lines are open. All the phone lines this time around. On Tuesday, we had one that was not available, but all the phone lines are available now. And you can call any of the numbers. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-333-3893. I'll take the numbers again. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-333-3893. You can also drop your comments on our Facebook, where we're currently live at the moment, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Please go ahead, sir.
There is the High Court level. And at the level of the High Court, the Federal High Court and the State High Court are actually of equal jurisdictions. That's one. There is the Appeal Court, and there is the Supreme Court. Should a tier of, maybe the High Court or the Court of Appeal issue a pronouncement, it must take a court of higher jurisdiction to say, we have invalidated what the other court said. The only court in Nigeria constitutionally empowered to say, okay, we said A yesterday, now we are saying B, is the Supreme Court. A federal high court said something in Abuja. You would have expected the PDP to go to the appeal court for a stay of injunction so that the convention can go ahead. But rather, they went to a court of equal jurisdiction, which is the State High Court in Ibadan, to overturn what a court of equal jurisdiction had earlier said in Abuja. That is not how it is done. And the NJC said something like that in the past, that if a court has already said something and you are a judge of equal jurisdiction to the judge that earlier said that, do not entertain it. Rather, direct them to the Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court, as it may be.
But we've seen things like this happen again
And
again.
it was embarrassing then, such that the NJC had to issue a statement to that effect. I don't try it anymore.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from.
All right, good morning, sir. My name is Alan. I'm calling from Washington. Good morning, Mr. Sonny.
Morning, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. You see, my take this morning is on the Professor Walinka, visa revocation. For me, I think there's a message or there's a lesson for us to learn here that no matter how big or how high profile one might be, no place like home. And that is what Trump has just put to President Walinka. And I want this message to resonate with all of us, especially some of the privileged Nigerians who believe, thank God, I'm out of Nigeria problem, I'm out of this Bolanle, that they should always think that they should use their influence to encourage the government at home to do the right thing to fix the economy, so that most people can always have a place to fall back in case of a future like this. And that is the message I want to pass to all of my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, that they should always think that a day might come that might necessitate them returning home, even against their own wish. That's what I see in President Wale Soyinka's, that's an impression now. I was the other day when he was saying that he has fallen back to the bar, this and that. I think probably the prof wouldn't have even loved to do this at the time. But Donald Trump has forced him to do it. Same way other people too, that they should use their influence to even, encourage the government, frequently force them to do the right thing. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salami, for your contributions this morning. Nowhere like home, I agree.
Like I said, a court of same or equal jurisdiction cannot overrule what a court operating at that level had earlier said. And should that happen, guess what? The first one takes precedence. So in the eyes of the law, there is no convention to happen in Ibadan come November 15th and 16th.
So it means that does this mean that...
And what I'm trying to say here is this. Should the other party take Justice Akintola to the NJC, all I can say is I wish him well there.
So does this mean that if the convention holds, it can be declared as illegal?
I'm struggling to see why INEC will even come there in the first instance. And if INEC is not present, it's of no effect. The first judgment that came said that INEC do not participate. If that is going to change, it's going to come from the appeal court, which I believe they should have done immediately when that thing happened. Go to the appeal court, go and file for a stay of execution and tell them exactly what you need to do. See, I do not have any sympathy whatsoever for that party. The guy on the right side who is saying, oh, we must do this, we must do that, and the guy on the left side who is saying we must do this, we must do that, were actually in the same bed in 2022, 2023, jointly and collectively destroying the party. I guess you can remember. Jointly and collectively destroying the party. It is now the same party that you are now claiming that you want to fight for. Excuse me? You said what? The same party you said you were not going to vote for, that people should not support the same party just 3 years ago. You are now telling us now that you are the Alpha Omega of that party. See, let me tell you something. I've been saying this and I'll say it again. All of these guys are running on the field called indiscipline. If the PDP wants someone like me to take them seriously, they should first of all send all of them out of the party. Let's start afresh. The PDP used to be a very strong party.
I said it during the break that not in my how many years on earth would I have imagined that the day would come when the PDP would ever have factions.
The truth of the matter is that they are still reeling from the effect of what happened in 2022-2023 when a group of 5 people decided to strangle the party. If you do not kick those 5 people out, it's going to be a case of wait and how to it. And I am not interested in that. If you want us to take it seriously...
Do you really think that the PDP can kick these people out? I ask this because many people had said it when the FCT minister kept saying a lot of things that people construed as anti-party,
Okay.
on national TV and the likes.
Okay.
And people were asking, why not just sanction this person or tell him to take a walk?
Okay.
But we didn't see that happen. We also saw some elders of PDP, come together to try to part things up, and we felt, this is going to end with suspension of some people and the likes. But we didn't see anything. So do you really think that the party is not these people and the party is them and they are the party, and so maybe they can't be sent out?
Well, from the point of view of an outsider like me, if the party is these people and these people are the party, then I need to look elsewhere for the future of the country. That's number one. Number two, they are not the party. That's the truth of the matter. They do not have two membership cards of the party. It's just one card. If the hexco of the party, they actually did set up a disciplinary committee, and a lot of names popped up that they were going to investigate and sanction should they be found wanting. What happened afterwards? Nothing. It tells you that the party is interested in, let's patch. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot continue to patch a house where in the same house there are people carrying axes, sledgehammers, and all of that, trying to bring down that same house. If you actually want to patch that house, the very first thing you need to do is to block internal sabotage. If you do that, then you now say, okay, we want to patch. But as you are nailing the hammer, driving nails into the roofing sheets, some people somewhere are using sledgehammers and axes to dismantle what you are doing. How can you succeed in that task?
All right. You can still be a part of the conversation this morning by dropping your comments on Facebook or calling us 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-3333-893. On our Facebook fan page, we have a comment from Adedamola Okulola says, on the threat of invasion by the U.S. president, it's more like the federal government actually needed that threat to buckle up. The federal government should find a lasting solution to insecurity in Nigeria. State police should be considered as security is local. Let me pick a question from this, Mr. Sani. Sorry for going back.
Please.
Is state police in the equation of the level of insecurity we have right now? Where does state police come in?
Top level. And for me, it's not just state police at this particular point anymore. It's even local police. If you are saying that you are granting state police, we must understand exactly what we are doing. Not just that you are granting a state police on paper. They must be permitted, allowed, to equip themselves. The only thing they're not going to buy is maybe fighter jet, or maybe armored tanks, but all sorts of guns.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, the beautiful woman.
Good morning, Mr. Mario. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir, Mr. Sonny.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, let me take the last question you have.
Okay, please call us back.
Yes, I want state police that is going to be very, very armed. Not just state police, give them shakabula or have ding guns and pump action, all of that. No, assault rifles, general purpose machine guns, should they need them? Because the people they want to confront are actually carrying these things.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
please go ahead, Mr. Mario.
Forget about state police. State police, state police confront almighty, I'm sorry for using the almighty word, I mean, the terrorists you have in the country. What intelligence they have to gather before they could combat them? How trained are they before they will be able to combat those ardent terrorists? See, the person that can cross these people are our normal security agencies. Talking about the army, the NAPA, the police officers, the NSCDC, and all of them. They can combat those people. But do you know where the fault is? The fault lies in the honors of Mr. President. You might want to ask me how. Mr. President Tinubu has the capacity to order the security agencies to cause those people. But because it's in the bid of 2027 election, Oga does not want to step on toes. Because remember, that Northerners do not forget this easily. If Tinubu should wait full war against those terrorists, the Northerners will stand against him come 2027 election. And they use that against him. So that is the reason why Mr. President is somehow soft hardened.
Mr. Mario. Mr. Mario.
Do you know what Trump, the step Trump has taken? Do you know what it has done to us in this country? It has revealed to the larger community, the larger world, of what is going on, the atrocities that's going on in this country in terms of banditry and terrorism. Most countries that don't even know about this thing that is going on in this country, now they are now aware. Forget about the fact that China said they are supporting Nigeria. The question is are terrorists in Nigeria? Yes. Are they killing people in Nigeria? Yes. What is the government up to the task in containing the excesses? No. So that is what is happening. And lastly, on the issue of the PDP, it's so saddening that PDP is what it is today. And the only person that is causing this mayhem in PDP is Wike. I don't know in this country why a single individual will be higher than the party. No wonder Jonathan left, Atiku left a while ago, and some of the team members, now they will be smiling at PDP now. How can you allow just an individual to silence your party because of its own interest? It is not done. Let me get into this. PDP will never bounce back. Even if they will bounce back, it's going to be after 2027 election. Mark my words. PDP is in disarray. And until they show Wike out of the room, out of the party, I'm telling you, PDP will remain to be what it is today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thank you so much, Mr. Mario.
And that should not be allowed in a democracy.
Thank you so much,
very much, and God bless you.
Yes, sir. You know, I was going to ask Mr. Mario, but I guess he couldn't hear me well.
Okay.
I was going to, when he said the North never forgets, I was going to say that these terrorists and bandits are different, you know, from the Northerners. Yes. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, please call us back. The phone lines are still very, very much active. Anyway, let's move on. So we'll take one or two stories before we wrap it up this morning. Senate approves 14-year jail term for lecturers who harass students. Fierce statement against abuse of power in Nigeria's ivory towers echoed through the Senate chamber yesterday. Let's take a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from.
It seems as if we are enjoying this rascality that APC and the party members are throwing to us. It seems we are enjoying it because.
Oh, please call us back. I'm assuming this is Mr. George. Please call back and don't forget to turn off your radio or just reduce it to the lowest volume so that we can hear you so it won't start echoing. Sulaiman Sharif from Facebook says, good morning and kudos to everyone in the studio. The Wike group does not have the support of BOT, NWC and the governors. They only desire to wreck the PDP to pave the way for APC. The inability of Damagum to enforce discipline after some people betrayed their party in the 2023 election caused all this. They don't want PDP to have candidates for the coming elections, but Nigeria is not Tanzania.
Mr. Sulaiman Sharif said people that Damagum was unable to...
His inability to enforce discipline after some people betrayed the party in the last elections.
Who are the people who betrayed the party in the last elections?
Well, let's not name names.
No, I'll name names.
Let's take this call.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, George calling.
All right, sir, please go ahead.
It seems we are enjoying the politics we are playing now in Nigeria.
Who is the we, Mr. George?
We, Nigerians.
Oh, please go
all
ahead.
All of us, including me. But I have an exception. And the exception is that myself, I am not really happy with what is going on. And one party just come up and take over the whole country like this. People should try as much as possible to reason. Who is Wike? Who is Wike? Wike cannot go back to Port Harcourt and be doing what he's doing like this, if not because of this issue of party or no party. please let us not have any election 2027. Let Tinubu continue. To save us the cost of running the election, which also will go into the cost of this political rascality. This is not a good thing we are seeing in this country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George, for your contribution. In the next couple of minutes, let's just take a look at these two stories. I hope we can. The Senate is saying it's passed the Sexual Harassment of Students Prevention and Prohibition Bill 2025, giving about 14 years to lecturers who harass students. It says this bill, the legislation was crafted to protect students from all forms of sexual misconduct and abuse within academic environments. It's not new. Sexual intimidation, harassment, and abuse is not new in the not just the universities, the polytechnics, the colleges of education, even in secondary schools. It's not new. However, the issue for me here, or the issue for many students that I may believe, is that usually when a student accuses a lecturer of sexual harassment and intimidation, whether it's eventually found to be true or false, the student usually faces a gang up from fellow lecturers. So is this legislation, is it going to, really be effective? Yes.
I have two objections to the legislation. Number one is that I'm not comfortable with that 14 years.
Minimum of 5 to 14 years.
I'm not comfortable with that. It should be at least 25 years. That's number one. Number two is it's like what you just said. I was actually nursing that, in my mind as well. Should something like that happen, I think the next thing to do is to call the scripts of any lady who accuses a lecturer of that and take it to the Federal Ministry of Education in Abuja to be marked. Yes. Not that you send it to another school, because these guys know one another. Send it straight to the Federal Ministry of Education, where people who are competent there can grade such a student. And, for the rest of the girls stay in school, it will be like that. That is how to effectively save these people. 5 years. You go there, you come back. No.
All right. If you're a student, know that this has been passed, and you yourself or your representatives, as your family members, guardians, or lawyers, can now file a written sexual harassment petition directly with the Nigeria Police Force, the Attorney General, or your institution's independent sexual harassment prohibition committee. We still have a long ways to go, but at least this is the first step. Thank you so much, Mr. Sonny, for coming on the show. A big thank you to everyone who called and sent their messages on the show. Perspectives Unlimited will come your way again tomorrow. But in the meantime, AM Sports is coming up next, so don't go anywhere. This is Wells Radio 89.3 FM. My name is Bolanle Oduekun Ayola. Good morning, and God bless you.
I don't know, maybe legacy. Actor, producer. I don't fit in.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.